my name is Sophia Jean-Pierre. I'm one of the therapists at Balance and Potential, and I'll be walking you through a mindfulness exercise. So one of the great books of learning more about DBT and mindfulness exercises is this Dialectical Behavioral Therapy Skills Workbook, so you can go ahead and take a look at it when you have time. Today we're going to go through a mindfulness exercise on describing your emotions. All you will need is a blank piece of paper and something to write with. So this exercise will help you learn to be more mindful of your physical sensations and thoughts. It'll also help you be more mindful of your emotions. This exercise will help you to choose an emotion and then describe it by drawing it and exploring it. So to begin this exercise, go ahead and pick an emotion for yourself. It can either be a pleasant emotion or an unpleasant emotion. However, if you're feeling an emotion that's super overwhelming, sad, or self-destructive, you might want to stay away from that emotion. It's best to choose an emotion that you're feeling in the moment, as long as it's not overwhelming or too self-destructive. If it is, you should wait until you feel more in control of your emotions before beginning this exercise. On the other hand, if you can't identify an emotion that you're feeling now, you can go ahead and choose an emotion that you have felt recently in the past. But whatever emotion you choose, try to be as specific as possible. This will help in describing your emotion. And remember to know the difference between a situation and emotion. For example, if you recently got into a fight with your spouse or your significant other, that is the situation, not the emotion. The emotion would be that fight made me feel angry, sad, hurt, frustration, whatever that emotion may be. So go ahead and take a few moments to choose your emotion. And once you finish identifying your emotion, go ahead and write it at the top of the page. Once you finish describing your emotion and writing it at the top of the page, then using your imagination, go ahead and draw a picture of what the emotion might look like. This might sound a little bit difficult at first, but try to do the best you can. For example, if you're feeling happy, maybe draw a picture of a sunrise that expresses your happiness. Or even something as an ice cream cone could be something that expresses your happiness. Remember, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. You're not being graded on this. So be as creative as you can. Once you're done with that, try to think of a sound that would further describe your emotion. Such as, if you're feeling frustrated, an could be something that you could describe. Or if you don't have the sound that goes with your emotion, go ahead and think of a song that might actually describe what your emotion's feeling as best. And go ahead and write it near your drawing. The next thing to do is to describe an action that fits your emotion. For example, if you were feeling bored, you may feel like it would be a good action to go ahead and take a nap, to go ahead and kill some time. Or maybe the action would be to run away if you're feeling super anxious or nervous. Once you're done describing an action that would fit your emotion, go ahead and write it next to your drawing. Once you finish with that, go ahead and describe the intensity of your emotion on what you're focusing. This will require a bit of thought though. Do your best to describe the strength of the emotion. Feel free to be as creative and use metaphors if you need to. An example of that would be like, you might express that you're feeling nervous, that your heart feels like a drum at a rock concert. Once you're able to do that, go ahead and write it next to your drawing. Afterwards, go ahead and describe the intensity of the emotion And briefly describe the overall quality of what the emotion feels like. Again, be as creative as possible as you need to be in your description. If you're nervous, it maybe make you feel like your knees are made of jelly. Or if you're getting angry, it might feel like your water about to boil. Be as accurate as you can in your description and then write it next to your drawing. Lastly, go ahead and add any thoughts that arise due to your emotion. But be clear that your emotion is described as a thought and not another emotion. Your thought should be able to finish the following sentences. My emotion makes me think that, or my emotion makes me think about. It's important you begin separating your thoughts and emotions because it will give you better control over both of them in the future. Here are some examples that might arise from your emotion. If you're feeling confident, a related thought might be that you think that you can ask your boss for a raise, or it makes you remember other times in your life where you felt confident and were successful. And once you're done doing that, go ahead and write that next to your drawing. Once you finish the exercise, take a few moments to kind of reflect on how the exercise was effective for you. Was it effective? Was I mindful during this exercise? Is there something that I could have changed in the way I thought? Did it help me process through my emotions better than I could by myself? Remember, the point of doing a mindfulness exercise is just to stay present in the moment, concentrate on what you're doing so that you're able to process what you're feeling and move through it. If you would like to learn more about mindfulness techniques or DBT, please give us a call.